Welcome back to Blizzard Abroad. Today I want to take a minute and talk to my brothers. Yes, African American men, young, old, and in between. Because I've noticed a disturbing trend online. Black men constantly asking if other groups will like and accept us before we consider traveling abroad. I see this question asked primarily by men looking to date or find wives from other countries. See, I take issue and slightly offended when I see content creators asking unsuspecting women if they would prefer to date white or black men. Usually women who have never dated either or would rather choose to date within their own ethnicity. But I take more offense and I'm highly disappointed when I see my brothers constantly asking this question, because it's the constant question and that fuels the content creators to make these videos and get the views. See, I understand the racial dynamics that go on in America. I've been here for 45 years. I understand that we still feel a constant pressure every day. Now, I still get nervous when a cop gets behind me, even though I'm 100% legit, and even though I haven't been pulled over by a police officer in the last 13 years. It's trauma. It's a trauma that's baked into us psychologically here in America. Trauma that's passed down from generation to generation. But when it comes to traveling outside of the country, you get a chance to leave it all behind. You don't realize how much energy and stress it takes to have to worry about our race here in America. Now, when it comes to dating outside of America, I can only speak of my trip to the Philippines, which was in no way long enough to be some sort of expert. But I can tell you this. I left the American way of thinking behind. It never crossed my mind whether I would be accepted by the people at large, and especially by the women. I don't operate from a position that I'm less than anyone else. And I'm not conceited, but I do have confidence in myself. I didn't even travel for the purpose of meeting a woman, but I knew I would because I love women. So I did go on several dates. I did end up meeting an amazing Filipina, but I wanted to see the Philippines, the country, the culture, the entire experience. And to be honest, the most interesting and engaging conversations I had were with Filipino men. So just think of the opportunity I would have missed if I passed up on my visit in the Philippines because I thought the women wouldn't be interested in me. How low would my self-esteem have to be if I made that the primary reason why I chose to visit a country or not? You need to know this, brothers. We as African American men are loved and sought after all around the globe. Not just for relationships. Our contributions to society at large can be seen, heard, and felt throughout the world every single day. And they have been for centuries. Now, as far as the women go, and particularly Filipinas, Black American men have been marrying and starting families with Filipinas since the Philippine War in 1899. The first Philippine family was a Black man and a Filipina. They were the Jenkins family who settled in Seattle in 1909. Now there's other examples all over YouTube. I watch channels like Sunshine Shoulders, who has covered this a couple of times. But I also watch channels like Black Filipino TV, Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience, and 53 Shades Darker in the Philippines. Positive brothers who have not only married and started families in the Philippines, but they have also immersed themselves in the culture and given back generously to the Filipino people. It's important to note that the perceptions of interracial relationships have evolved over time. There was initially a resistance and a stigma, but these relationships are more accepted and celebrated than ever at any time in history. We have to stop trying to qualify ourselves. Stop wondering if we're good enough. So I'm not trying to look down on anyone, but traveling outside of the country is not for everyone, especially if you can't shake that American way of thinking. If you're trying to bring your insecurities or even your prejudices with you, then you should not be traveling abroad. But one thing I heard Sunshine Shoulders say that stuck with me when I was thinking about visiting the Philippines. I was on the fence. I was asking questions. I was asking more questions than I was planning. And I heard him say, if you really want to know what it's like, book a flight, get on a plane, and come see for yourself. I booked my flight the very next day. The key is to approach new cultures with an open mind, with respect and confidence. Confidence in who you are. If we do that, we'll see that, our differences can actually be celebrated because it's an opportunity to learn something new and to connect with someone you would have never came across in your life if you never ventured abroad. So, please let me know what you think about this subject in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, I'm Blizzard Abroad.